let's do a little story time on my weekend. So, my aunt got married like early March, end of February, something like that. And so she got married in Hawaii, so she had a reception here in the state. So like people that couldn't go to Hawaii could be part of the wedding. Cool, right? My brother and my sister-in-law, we go to my aunt's reception, have a grand time. It was lovely. I had a few beverages of the adult kind, and we leave, and it's fairly late when we leave. My brother was not happy about it. He was ready to leave way early on, so sorry, bro, we didn't get to leave early. But my sister-in-law was having a great time. Everybody was asking her how she's doing in her pregnancy, all this stuff, which is great. I mean, family, she can talk to family about her pregnancy, and then that's people that she can have talked to when she invites them to her baby shower. Come on. So we do finally end up leaving, and it's late. Probably 11:30, midnight. I don't know. Again, had a few beverages, okay? So we go. He's driving my car. That's fine. That's kind of what we anticipated. We get like 7 miles out of the town we were in to come home, which is like a 45 mile. I'm in a small town, small state, so we can do 45 minutes, 45 miles, stuff like that. So about 45 minutes home. We're about 7 miles out of the town we're leaving. My car starts smoking. I'm kind of technically passed out in the backseat, and I just hear my car start beeping, and I just remember telling my brother, pull over, turn it off, turn it back on, and we're good to go. That wasn't the case. So we pull on the side of the road, and they're like, oh, we need to call somebody. Okay, so I call my mom's number, and I give my sister-in-law my phone, because I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'm, at this point, throwing up out the window. Again, few beverages. We had a good time, okay? Sue me. Anyways, so call my mom. She then gives the phone to my dad, and my brother and sister-in-law are like talking to him and explaining what's happening. So he's like, okay, well, I'm on my way then. Which, great. Thank you for coming to rescue us. Also, sorry, cats. If they're not center of attention, they're not having a good time. So, we're sitting, and like, I'm throwing up out the window, waiting for my dad to come. At one point, my brother does get my car turned on, so we can at least get off the side of the road. Because again, my sister-in-law is pregnant. It is dark. I didn't want to have her be at risk. Her husband obviously doesn't want her at risk. We're looking out for the baby and for her and for the rest of us. So he starts going like 35 down the interstate. So we at least get to the next exit. We pull off, call my dad. Okay, this is where we're at. We're flashing. It's fine. So he comes, picks us up, takes us home. I'm passed out the whole time. I done all my puking. Girl, it's time to sleep. So we get into town. I come in my apartment, and I go to bed. I wake up at like 7:15 a.m. the next morning. Profusely apologizing to my brother and my sister-in-law and my mom and my dad for just having, one, to rescue me, well, us, and two, I just felt like it was all my fault because it was my car. Maybe I messed something up. I don't know. So my mom comes and picks me up, and we're driving, and she's chatting, and I I have State Farm for insurance, so I went on the State Farm app and I can do like the roadside assistant 24/7, whatever. So I did that to get a tow truck to tow my car to town to the repair shop so it can be fixed. So I go through that process. So when I do that, it's this like third party company that works with State Farm. They then reach out to like towing companies nearby. So we end up getting I end up getting this company out of the town, out of Watertown, that we were 7 miles out of, which I understand. I'm sure they're looking at like places that are close by to where the car is. So we get this company, and so you fill out, when you do the whole thing, you fill out this whole thing like, where are the keys? Is there anything we need to know? Are you like with your car? Blah blah blah, stuff like that. I mean, it's important stuff, yeah, but I don't know. So no, to answer those questions, I was not with my car, 1, and 2, we had the keys. Leaving my car on the side of the road in the middle of the night, we took the keys. So they get us all connected, and this guy from this company, he calls me, and is this Autumn? And I was like, yes, it is. He's, no, don't ever take your keys. Leave them with the car. And I was like, it was the middle of the night, and we just called my dad to pick us up. He's, well, you're just making my job so much harder now, because I can't just put your car into neutral so that I can get it up on the bed. I have to get the dollies out. And we can't just, this isn't like the show where you can just pull into a parking lot and hook things up and on our way we go. And I was like, I mean, I'm taken aback. I've never had something like this happen to me before. Like, I've never needed my car towed. I've never, like, had a situation on the side of the interstate that couldn't be, like, fixed so I could be on my way and at least get my car home. So I was like, I'm sorry, but it was the middle of the night. He cuts me off and he's, well, we are 24-hour service. Why didn't you call us and we could have taken care of it? And I was like, because I called my dad. It was late, and again, I had no idea what to do. So he's exasperated. Well, you're just making my job so much harder because now I can't just, you didn't leave your keys. Just hide them, put them somewhere, and then let us know where they're at. And I was like, well, too late, because I have them. He's like, well, it's just going to have to charge you more because we have to use the dollies now. I was like, okay, like, whatever. I'd already paid the third party because I'm out of like, with State Farm, you get like a 10-mile radius that they'll cover for free. After that, you have to pay. So we paid that before they'd even dispatch a towing company. But sidebar, I didn't see anything extra, or I haven't seen anything extra for me having to use his stupid dollies. So I felt very belittled, and again, never been in this kind of situation before. So I'm like, okay, why would I leave my keys in my car, for one? Whether it runs or not, I'm not taking a chance of somebody coming by and just taking my car. So I get off the phone with him, and I'm telling my mom, like, what he said, and she's like, she got very, very heated. Which, yeah, he yelled at me for no reason, except I took my keys. Blah, 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 blah. So I got out, I talked to him. He called me at 10:13 a.m. And I kept getting text messages from this company of, has your car arrived at the location? Has your car arrived at the location? And I kept saying, no, it has not. And then, so, because my mom and I kept going to check, and so we go out there, he finally gets my car to where it needed to be by like 12:30. So here's the layout of the interstate. There's the town we were in, Watertown. We got 7 miles, and then we got to Castlewood Clear Lake exit. That's where my car was left. We then get picked up, and my dad takes us to Brookings, where we live. So from Watertown to get to my car, to get to Brookings to drop it off, we're one single stretch, my friend. And it takes him from when I get off the phone at let's say 10:30, okay? 2 hours to go 45 miles. And I understand, yes, he had to hook up my car. Yes, he had to use the dollies because I didn't leave my keys for him to just be able to slip it into neutral and push it onto the bed. I get that. I really do. 2 hours? Okay. So he finally gets there, and we pull in to where this is at, where he was taking my car. And my mom stops the car, puts it in park, stay here. I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'm staying in this car. I'm not moving. She gets out, and she lets into this guy just because he was an asshole, for one. Like, you don't treat people like that. I understand that when you've done a business for so long, like, you know what works and what doesn't. But there are much better ways to tell people, like, hey, future reference, next time just leave your keys in the car. It'll make things a little bit easier. Stuff like that. Not, oh, well, you just made me have to do way more work than I wanted to do today. Sorry, bud. Maybe don't have a 24-hour service company if you don't want to have to do work. I do stuff at my job all the time that I don't want to do. I do more work than I would have to do on certain things. Yeah, in the time it sucks, but I'm still gonna do it. That's my job. I like my job, so I do my job. If it's something you're not liking, so my mom talks to him, and he's just going on and on about, well, you just shouldn't take your keys, and then da-da-da-da. And so my mom tells him that she's in the call up the company and speak with his manager. Well, I've owned this company for 32 years, blah, 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 blah. Oh, cool. It's no wonder that you just talk to people the way that you do, because it's your company and you can't really, like, fire yourself. I'm firing you, okay? Long story short, my car is at the shop. I have no idea what's wrong with it. And if I ever need to be towed again, I am not calling B&D Towing out of Watertown to work with that jackass. Excuse my language. I apologize. And then, so this past Sunday would have been a week, a tree limb falls off a tree, crushes my air conditioner on the outside. I tell one of my property managers that day, like that Sunday, I emailed her and I was like, hey, this tree branch fell. It wasn't even a branch, it was a whole limb. Like, this tree limb fell. Yeah, my air conditioner's kind of damaged. And I get the, okay, great, thanks for letting us know. I'll send somebody over to check it out. Not until Tuesday do I get a text message while I'm at work. Hey, do you mind if we go in and check out your air conditioner? It's like, go ahead. Thankfully, I had the not preamble. Yeah, I had proactively locked the cats in the spare bedroom so that these people could come in and do what they need to do. So, 1, the cats are out of the way, and 2, I technically have a contraband kitty. I'm only supposed to have 1, but I have 2. Shh. And he's the one that would try to escape. So, I locked them up. It is now Wednesday of the following week. Still no air conditioner. It's hot. I live in the ground floor of the apartment. I look out, if somebody were to cut the screen, I could touch grass. I'm in the ground. So when it's hot and muggy outside, it's like hot and muggy and sticky and gross inside. I'm hot, I'm irritated, no air conditioner, no car. I'm just living a week of chaos. And I just wanted to sit down and do a story time. Maybe we'll share some more fun things that happen in my life. I don't know. We'll get better at these too, I promise. Maybe. I don't know. I'm an awkward person. Maybe we'll do a bookshelf tour. Yeah. I have a stamper like from the library of Autumn Russell, and it's like, oh, this is great. I have one shelf done. Move on that a little bit. But that's my story time. If you want more story times, let me know. I can probably come up with a whole bunch. Just know anything. Let's have a chat. Okay, thanks. Bye.